What's up everybody, Kinetic here and welcome back to Lineage Eternal. In this video I'm going to quickly break down some of the game's big features and how very different it is from pretty much everyone's expectations. Most ARPG and Lineage fans were expecting a Diablo-style loot hunting experience where you control one character, which you can personalize in both appearance and progress in your own way with a build you create. We were also expecting, and this hasn't changed, that Lineage Eternal will be a hybrid-style MMO ARPG. When it comes to our characters though, Lineage Eternal is spinning what we know and expect from an ARPG experience on its head with what has been called the Eternal system. In short, the Eternal system does allow you to control a single character called an Eternal and personalize it in your own way visually and functionally with new gear and skills, but it's also a kind of predefined hero or Eternal among many other Eternals that you can control, and in certain instances you can control multiple Eternals at the same time. Certain game experiences, for example some of the single-player dungeons or adventure zones, will allow you to control up to 4 different Eternals that you have collected. And while adventuring, you can freely switch between your different Eternals. For example, while playing on PC, you can use the F keys to very quickly change which character you control while the AI takes over the other 3 Eternals in your party. A player can level up their Eternal by acquiring experience points as they normally would by questing and killing enemies. They can also further enhance, evolve, and customize an Eternal's skills differently by using various gems. As your Eternals become stronger, your Eternal team level also rises, granting special team talent points that can be distributed to specializations for your team. When an Eternal team's levels reach certain points, new special powers are unlocked. As you can tell, and like I mentioned earlier, this is a very different approach from what we were expecting, especially since most of this info only recently came to light. Most of the footage we've seen up to this point for a couple of years now all indicated a traditional approach to the basic ARPG loot hunting kind of experience, but Lineage Eternal is far from that, it seems, and in my opinion, that's a good thing. Lineage Eternal is going to need to make itself unique and separate itself with different features to its competition. And it's also my opinion that this type of thinking and breaking the mold of what we expect from ARPGs is long overdue. If we were to simply keep getting clones of Diablo, then the ARPG genre is going to remain stale as it has for far too many years now. It's only because of games like Lost Ark and Lineage Eternal's efforts that we are seeing truly new groundbreaking takes and evolution of the ARPG genre, giving old and new fans a real next-generation experience. Now, while some players might be against this Eternal system, I think that there is definitely a weakness that has popped up in this first closed beta in Korea that we can all agree on is definitely Lineage Eternal's biggest weakness: the character customization. The initial character customization options that we are seeing and the predefined Eternal hero system has seemingly squashed a lot of potential character visual options. In fact, it's quite alarming how few options there are here in Lineage Eternal's current character creation. But in the game's defense, this is only, of course, the first beta closed test. This may just be a placeholder character creation system for all we know, and they may intend to expand on it more later. Or at least that's what I'd like to see. I don't expect major changes usually during a game's beta, but given this is the first iteration of the game's closed beta in Korea, there's still time for them to add more options here for a wider selection of things like hairstyles, faces, and other expected options. This is all barely getting a glimpse at the tip of the iceberg for Lineage Eternal. There's a lot more to talk about. A lot really, including but not limited to the various and exciting variety of dungeons and adventure areas. There's the Screaming Quarry, a very large field dungeon that can inhabit some 200 players in the zone. And on top of that, it's a lawless zone where players are vulnerable to getting attacked freely by other players. This will be one of the most exciting PvE/PvP zones for sure. The Tower of Insolence is also a special area where everything is randomized, including area layout, monsters, etc., and is also a time attack style mode for single player action where you can take your Eternal team to challenge yourself and find great rewards. Oh, and by the way, if you didn't know and you're wondering, is Lineage Eternal going to be coming out in English? What will its monetization plan be? Right now what we have heard is that Lineage Eternal will be available as a free-to-play game for PC and tablet devices, and it's expected to release globally simultaneously. So when it launches in Korea, we should also see it abroad in places like North America and Europe. Before I wrap up this video, can I get away with one more compliment for this game? I absolutely love the UI. This UI is so sleek and beautiful, especially compared to Lost Ark's newer and, quite honestly, clunky looking UI. Everything laid out here in Lineage Eternal is very easy to read, easy on the eyes, and even the most novice ARPG fan can quickly identify what is what on the action bar. For example, there's our equipped skills, buffs above there, you've got Eternal character swap keys next to that, and I also really dig the animated portrait in the middle. That's a nice touch. And there you have it, my friends, my very first preview for Lineage Eternal, and you can expect a lot more of it here on my channel. I'll be covering this game in excruciating detail, especially the closer we get to the game's promised simultaneous global release. I'll have more gameplay, guides, and builds as soon as I can get them produced. Till then, let me know what you think of the Eternal system and your impressions in the comment section. Click the like button to support these Lineage Eternal videos here on my channel, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next video. Thanks again for watching. This is Kinetic, and I'll see you next time.